What's up, you guys? It's KeAmber Vaughn, aka Coach Ke, coming back to you with another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and also tap the bell so that you are notified of every new video that I post. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video, it's time to go through the week 2 budget results for the April budget. Did y'all miss me? Y'all, I was gone on an 8-day trip to Atlanta. I literally have been up since 1:30 this morning. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I drove 8.5 hours. I am tired, but I wanted to make sure that I pumped out the videos that I am behind on. When I went down there, I was gonna originally come back Friday afternoon about this time. So I'm like, oh, I don't need to take my camera equipment. I'm good. And then I ended up staying an extra, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Basically an extra 3 days. So needless to say, I'm back. Y'all will get a video basically every day until Friday. Friday will be the last day, then it's back to our regularly scheduled program. So just like last week, I'm gonna do the budget results on the page that we do the paycheck to paycheck budget on. Let me get my red and green pens. Look, I done forgot which things I need and which I don't. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing started. So my fixed expenses, I actually did not have any fixed expenses whatsoever, but I am going to come here. I did not pay this bill yet, and this is a business expense anyway, but I have not paid that one yet because I left my business debit card at home and I didn't feel like having my mom look for it. This one did end up getting paid, but it was $24.19 if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check just to make sure. Okay, yeah, so this one was paid. It was $24.19. So the international fee is less in this credit union than it is at Bank of America. So I am going to come back to this paycheck to paycheck budget. And oh, you know what? That was on the 19th anyway. Okay, we're not paying attention to the 19th. So we are literally only from the 12th to the 18th. So that's my fault. But like I said, I do know that I did not pay Sprint yet. But I did pay this one. And I'm not even going to put an X. I'll just put a box. And I'm going to put the day that I actually pay it, which will end up being today. So that'll be, let me do it in red. 4/23 is when it was paid, or when it will be paid. Okay, so no fixed expenses, variable expenses. Let's go to the expense tracker, and we're gonna go between this X and this one. Okay. All right, so first things first, I had to get two birthday gifts for my little nephew. He just turned 1. Well, he's really my cousin's stepson, but my cousin is like my little brother, so he my little nephew. All right, so I hadn't spent anything on miscellaneous yet, so our budget is $160. I'm going to subtract that $19.55. And then I also got a birthday gift for my little cousin who turned 7. I got him that old school game Kerplunk. It's a lot smaller because it's at Five Below. It's a lot smaller, but I was like, I'm not getting him any type of electronics. Like, I'm getting him something old school. Either he like it or he don't. So then when I got to Atlanta, I got an oxtail dinner from this restaurant. And the only reason I didn't put this into restaurants is because I already knew, like, this was something that was like, it's almost like me going out to eat for somebody's birthday type of thing. Even though it wasn't anybody's birthday or anything, I was like treating myself to this special dinner for, you know, accepting my contract, like as a congratulations to myself. I've been wanting oxtails for a while, and we don't really have, I think my friend was telling me about one Jamaican restaurant here in St. Louis, but I've never been. So I already knew that I wanted the ones in Atlanta. So I did that. Next is my nursing renewal, which I went ahead and did. I had already planned for that beforehand. And that's it for this particular week. So let's go ahead to restaurants now. We ended the budget at $63.52 last week. I'm going to subtract the $4.24. and that's all I did for restaurants. So typically when I go out of town, I have like a travel budget, but since this was really supposed to be in May's budget and I had to push it up from me accepting a contract that started earlier than I thought it was, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna treat this as if I'm at home. I'm gonna buy myself groceries, you know, and use my regular categories, but this was a tax deductible travel type of expense though, because I did I went down there with the notion of kind of getting away before my assignment, but I also was going specifically to meet up with my corporate team of my company because I've been out of the loop for a while. All right, so personal household, and I'm gonna just, I'll do that later. Personal household, I haven't spent anything, so we started at 100. And I had to get my deodorant from Whole Foods. That's literally the only deodorant, natural deodorant that I like. Oh my gosh, the other ones are so horrible. Then I had to get some Nair white polish and some more underwear and also some wax strips, which I actually took back, but that I took it back in the next budget. So you guys will see that this coming week. Then I went ahead and had to get gas a couple of times, of course, because I did drive down there. It was about a 575-mile drive. So needless to say, I'm definitely going to be over budget in gas this month, but it's all good. All right, so groceries, we ended at $256.75, and let's see, that is $236.36, $37.76. So this was groceries for myself, and then one of the days that I was there, I went ahead and cooked for them because they didn't know what they wanted. So I cooked this steak meal. It was steak strips, potatoes, the Red Lobster biscuits, and corn on the cob that I put in the oven. It was so, y'all, it was so fire, so fire. All right, so let's see where we are left over, or what we have left over. So groceries, $198.60. Personal household, $61.13. Miscellaneous, $59.06. Restaurants, we have $59.28. Supplements, $66.21. Gas, $9.50. And then shopping, I still have the whole $150 left. So I am left with $603.78, which means that we spent $254.20. All right, so let's go ahead and insert that into the paycheck to paycheck budget. What did I say it was? $254.20? Yeah, $254.20. And I didn't have anything that was unbudgeted. $254.20. Now I know my checking account at the end of the budget on Thursday night was $4,562.43. I took a screenshot. So that's what we're aiming for. And if we're off, then we got to figure out why. Okay, so $225, but I spent $254.20. So I was $29.20 over budget. And then as far as savings go, I only sent that amount. Okay, so let's see where we are. So we got 0 for fixed. Variable was $254.20. Savings was the $375.93. $254.20. So I basically, I had $2 less in my account than what I have calculated. Now I did pre-do this while I was out of town. So I knew that this was going to come up. So typically what I tell people is, if you have reconciled your budget correctly, if you reconcile correctly in the previous week or the previous couple weeks, whatever, then you know that your error is in this particular week. So typically that's where my error is in this current week. I wrote something down wrong. Well, I just kept going through my bank account for this week and I'm like, no, everything is correct. So now I have to go back to the previous week, right? So here was my problem. And I don't know if you've seen this asterisk here when we went through this part. So what I like to do, these dots on the right hand side, I like to put a dot once the transaction is no longer pending in my bank account. And I accidentally put a dot on this one from week 1, but it had not all the way went through. I totally forgot that I gave the guy a $2 tip. So that means my budget is off $2 from the previous week, not this current week. So I'll let you guys see me fix it in all of the places of my budget that it needs to be fixed. So this is going to be 2301, and luckily it's an even number, so it makes it easy. So we're going to go down by $2, so $61.52, and then we have this restaurant here, so I have to go down by $2 here as well. So that's going to be $57. And that's the only other restaurant expense. Now over here, I have $2 less. And I spent $2 more. So $144.02 was spent this particular week. So that also means that down here, I'm going to have to take away $2 because now, because basically I did this amount minus this amount is this, but we went down by $2. So I have $601.78 left, not $603. So now, excuse me, the other place that I have to fix this are on these 2 pages here. So this is the first week's paycheck to paycheck budget. So we spent $144.02, and because it was in the budget part, I was not under budget by $116.77. I was under budget by $114.77 there, which means I have to go down $2 here as well. And then let's shoot down to the bottom. So we got $144.02, which means that this number should be $418.50. So now let's come back to this side. And we just got to change some of these numbers down here. And I was going to fix this off camera, but I was like, no, you know what? I want to show people that, you know, it's not always 100% every single time, and it's okay. This is why I use erasable pens. And I always get asked what pens these are. These are the Frixion color sticks. Okay, so that means that down here, this is what I was projected to have an ending balance of if I stay under budget, which you guys know I did not. So the ending balance was, so let's go ahead and, redo the math on the calculator. So we got $41.18.50, and I'm gonna just do this left side as well, just to make sure I did it right. Minus 225 minus 375.93. Okay, so I spent $254.20 because I didn't have to change anything on this page except down here. I didn't have to change like what was at the top. Minus 375.93 gives me the $562.43 that was left in my account. So the only other thing I'm gonna do, there's really nothing to add up as far as plus and minuses on this side because this was the only thing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put $29.20 there. And the way that I check and balance this, we got the $441.1850 plus $473.13, what I was supposed to be under budget, but then we're going to subtract the $29.20 that I was over budget, and that gives me what I have left over. So everything checks out and we are wonderful. So this is just a reminder that when you order something and you leave a tip or something, make sure that you keep up with your receipts. I did have my receipt. I was just tripping out. I don't know, but all is well. We were only off by the $2. I fixed it everywhere in my book and my planner, so that's all that matters. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Please thumbs up this video, subscribe if you haven't already, but other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.